here is right outside. Welcome to the Ripple. Before entering, please post your answer to this question. So what do you do?
There we go.
This is like one of the most famous dinner party questions, and we want people to leave this stuff at the door. So what we have here is
when there is no pebble toss, nor wind to blow. La da da da. La da da da.
tonight's the Ripple.
Ripple. A little thing we kind of thought about.
Yeah,
Exactly. Something we thought about. For those of you who haven't had.
Well, the Ripple is really about what you do today impacts tomorrow. So every moment you have some kind of choice. So there's always a choice, and that choice is always an opportunity. And on the other side of that opportunity is some kind of impact that you're making in the world. So tonight, when we're playing the Ripple, it's about being a choice, but also
Being at play. We're really keen on being a play part.
yeah, we're big on that.
The play part is big.
It's interesting, there are a lot of conversations out there about what is this going to be like, and here's how I should be, and here's the thing. Tonight, we're in this really safe space, we're in David and Barbara's beautiful home. This is a great place for you to be a little different. Like, if you're normally the loudmouth, you might want to, like, not talk so much. If you're normally the quiet person, like, speak up. If you normally ask a lot of questions, pause. And if you normally don't ask questions or assert yourself, assert yourself. Like, that's what this experience is about, is like being a little bit different, so that tomorrow you might see a little change in your life. We invited you here because we were confident that you would be willing to play with that. So just sit with that and think about that.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's
Ready
jump
to
into the
ripple?
Ripple.
Let's ripple.
Let's
Bye. So,
Let her ripple.
Oh, excellent.
Sounds like a
Do you have to get in the closet?
Yeah.
Get
So we're gonna pass out name tags, and we just want you to pick the one that speaks to you.
yeah, there's words on here that take a look at them and notice which
Just
one
pick one.
maybe has resonance, which one doesn't have resonance. You should sort of think for a moment or two about why you chose the word you chose.
Because I wish I had more of it.
Okay.
It's wisdom.
Oh, I thought it said condom.
And that's true too.
Interesting call.
Anybody else have?
Playful. See, that's playful.
How did you get two?
I chose truth
Mine was the back.
because it's so hard sometimes to have it or do it, but it's so important. And it's so hurtful when someone doesn't show it towards you. It's very powerful, positive and negative.
We're asking you to find a partner and spread out along the room. You can take chairs and sit. We want you to sort of sit with someone face to face, knee to knee, whatever. But we want you to choose a partner that you didn't come with.
Talk about why you chose your word for a minute or two. I know a couple of you shared that, but not everybody shared that. So give you a couple minutes to just share.
We're going to ask you to do is now, other than the group of three, but for the groups of two, there's two words. And what we want you to do is put the words together and see if contextually you have a different sense of the impact of this phrase, of these two words together. Is there something about these words co-joined together that you feel a different kind of power, a different kind of
It's a
essence?
combination. We have love, truth, courage, and powerful, which can go hand in hand in sort of a positive or a negative way. We kind of discussed that. It takes courage to reach out and love someone, and that, you know, when you love someone, you're truthful, and that love brings power in your life. And then we also thought about the opposite, is that when you don't have that courage to reach out, you don't have the power, and you're often then lacking that power or courage to be truthful and then to find love. So it's sort of like interesting how when one of those elements is missing, how it's sort of, pun intended, a ripple effect
Yeah.
to the other words.
It's a different kind of conversation. We purposely put the question outside. So what do you do? Outside. Because that's where most people start, and this evening isn't a dinner party. It's not most people's dinner party. It's the Ripple. So that question's out there. Instead of, so what do you do? Maybe it's, so who are you? So how do you want to be in the world? So, I don't know, what's your freaking word about? So that's where the conversation, that's a great place to start the conversation. And again, remember, it's about being a little different than you would normally be at any other dinner party, because that's not what this is. So the food will be on
This is the truth.
the food will be on the table in a moment, and you'll travel through the dining room and then out on the patio, and we'll dine together. And
Yes.
it's all part of the Ripple.
Little ripple together.
Sit in your groups, let me help with you.
It was strange
So we're just
to
going to interrupt,
get
so
ready
we'll
to
check
sit down and
in.
it was just looking at me.
Did
bubbling.
everybody hear the interesting events in the last 10 minutes? So both bathrooms have been rippled. The shit is happening, I think, as they say from my side of the check. So it means there's no bathroom.
It means think twice before taking this sip.
Yeah, you might want to sort of hold back on the little sort of like, don't drink too much unless you're planning to sweat a
Excuse me, I'm
lot.
sorry.
So
There's a
we
yard.
did go on, we did,
Yeah.
there is a yard for
There's
those adventurous
Can I have a
outdoors.
Ziploc to put my?
I know, by the way, anywhere you need to go,
Black and orange
anything on this
paper.
side of the lawn, the far side of the lawn is for the number twos.
We can put out toilet paper and
We're gonna do
bags.
something next.
I'll have to call our emergency guy.
Another
We'll get up
exercise,
there for an
actually
hour
this is
and a
an
half.
experience, which you've already been doing. You've already been doing with each other, which is sort of finding out who you're sitting with, finding out a little bit about that. So here's how we're gonna do this next exercise.
Are we supposed to write answers to this?
You're
It's all
gonna,
right,
you're gonna
we'll
have a
give you-
piece of paper with
Yeah,
this
we'll
to
give
write
you
on. There's
stuff.
three things that you're gonna write this down about this person. And the reason you're gonna write this down is because when you're done writing this down, you're then going to introduce your new best friend to the rest of the group.
Do this. I am.
So there's three things that you're gonna look
I
for.
can call you back on. I just
No,
want-
you're-
Yeah, you're-
there you go,
yeah.
thank you,
Then I'm
Barbara,
gonna,
yes.
I'll call you
You're
back
you're
and I'll let you
saying,
know.
I wonder what
And
this
then we can-
person's favorite
okay,
music
thank you.
genre is, or band.
That's the other place. They can be out here.
I wonder what this person's favorite childhood toy was,
Or game.
or
whatever.
game. And thirdly,
Just how they like to spend time. Their favorite way to spend time
I
right
wonder
now.
what this person's favorite way to spend time is right now.
So that's it. You're just evaluating based on what you've seen.
How you
Now
evaluate?
introduce the person who you wrote about. And you're going to introduce them just by saying the things that you wrote about. Now we don't know if those things are on the money or not. And that's fine.
I gave Barbara the sort of old school rock and roll because I think she's both laid back as well as a little bit rockin'. She's got a little like Rolling Stones Fleetwood Mac power in her. I also said Etch-a-Sketch was her favorite childhood toy because she seems like somebody who can work out a problem pretty readily, with whatever's right in front of her, with what she has. Those little silly knobs that I couldn't draw shit with. Barbara, I bet, could probably draw something pretty fantastic. And her favorite way to spend time, I put hammock, period, dog, period, wine, period.
Was that an H or an I?
Ham hock.
Well,
Sorry.
you're close on the music. I love the Rolling Stones and rock. My favorite childhood toy was probably a large rocking horse, as well as like all kinds of horses. And so my favorite way to spend time is riding with Dave. But I also like a hammock, but I love going horseback riding with Dave. So.
More active. They might give you the passive chill.
Get drunk in the hammock with the dog.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, if only we could bring the dog ride.
Keep the dog. After that. Thank you.
Thank
Oh,
you.
thanks, Barbara.
At most dinner parties, you're not sitting down and learning about people's favorite childhood toys, and then that just happened, right? Oh, those bricks, I played with those bricks. Oh, you love Linda Ronstadt. God,
I think
me
that
too.
it's
She's
safe to
so-
say
Heart
this
like a
is
wheel.
not most dinner parties.
No, most dinner parties have places to urinate, yes. Indoor places.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
to
you have
urinate.
plenty of places to urinate. I'm about to use them.
So, so yes, we hope that you experienced something even about yourself that at least took you someplace different than you normally hang out. And, you know, to your question, Cindy, great question, and we're not always going to have the answer to that question because the purpose most of the time is going to be completely subjective. So we have some ideas why we've put this experience together in this way, and also you bring whatever it is you bring to it, and whatever meaning you get out of it, you get out of it. That's what's delivered. So what we want you to do now, before dessert, we're going to go back into the living room. You're going to travel in there and end up with one different person, a person who's different than the people you're sitting with. So it is somebody at a different table. It's also not the person you drove here with. So it's a different person. There will be one group of three, so figure that out, and then end up in the living room, and we're still rippling.
Everybody have
Do we
that?
get dessert first?
No.
Yeah, we have to earn
Not
it.
that.